guys are gonna kill all my lilies!
He's already dead.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the football game that happened today. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting that. 45-0 win over the BC Lions. Now, with this being a weakened Lions roster and a pretty bolstered Bombers roster, now we didn't get to use those players. They have I'm pretty sure the rules that the CFL has is that they have to isolate for 1 week and then they can go in. Obviously, we have a bye week next week, so I'm sure they'll be in the lineup afterwards. And also, the stuff with Andrew Harris now being out on injury reserve for 6 weeks gives us some cap to work with, which allowed us to do what we did, as well as the pay cuts that him and other players were taking, as I've discussed on the reviews and previews. So check those out if you haven't already. But anyways, getting into this game, the pregame. As I mentioned, Harris is out, so that means obviously Oliveira is in, which is fine because Oliveira is great too. And that would bring us into the first quarter. And good defense. BC would go 2-and-out on their very first drive, so it's good to kind of set the tone with a nice strong stance, you know, not giving up anything. And then right away, we would get a touchdown reaction here. What a catch! Let's go! Let's go! What a catch! Woo! I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit concerned as you can see there at the end of that. Is Lawler okay? He kind of went down a little awkward. He'd be fine. He'd play the rest of the game. The convert would be good. I have to mention that because it's Mortada who's kicking, and you know, with him and Leggio, we have to. These are things we have to mention because otherwise, holy shit, he might have missed. But anyways, he hits it. 7-0 Bombers. Moving on. Anyways, there'd then be a touchback on the kickoff, and it would become 8-0 for the Bombers. And there'd be a huge pass to Darvin Adams. Reaction here. Oh, go! Hey, that's still great yardage!
That's good.
That's great yardage! Fantastic. You know what's even more fantastic, though? A touchdown reaction here. Oh. Yeah! Let's go! And there it goes. Let's go!
That was the most pathetic handshake ever.
Yeah, so basically immediately after we'd score, the convert would be good once again, making this 15-0 for yours truly, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. BC would then get a missed kick, and we would get a pretty good return by Grant. I wasn't really concerned about our returners when we lost Whitehead, to be honest, in the sense of, obviously I was disappointed we lost Whitehead. Whitehead's fantastic. However, I knew that Grant was good. As you occasionally saw them go to Grant this past season, and he was great. So no concerns there. So yeah. Anyways, going into the second quarter, we would go for the 1 yard on third, and screwed up the snap, and McGuire couldn't make it. So shit. Turnover on downs. I really know this is something that we've been talking about all season. But this I felt like was a great example of a defense that we had that was dominating. Not because you will see point instances of the defense playing well, you know, the way they should. You'll see the instances of them, you know, not playing well and, you know, having a little bit of a brain fart here and there. But I felt like at this point in the game, the start of the second quarter was one of the moments where you could really tell that this defense was taking a stand. They were not giving an inch. Offense was looking okay. It would get even better as the game would go on, which is great. And there would be a touchback, making the 16-0 for us. And then there'd be a big sack by Jackson Jeffcoat.
Come on!
And anyways, that would make this 16-0 going into halftime. So, third quarter. It would go back and forth a bit. There would be a touchdown. However, my recording fucked up and it sadly didn't get it. However, there would be plenty of other touchdowns this game that you'll be able to see, so it's really no different than that. And that would make it go 22-0, and the convert was good again, making this 23-0. And then Mike Riley seemingly throws directly to Willie Jefferson, who would get a pick six and take this in for the touchdown. Reaction here.
Yeah! And he's gone! He's gone! Woo! Jefferson!
So, another touchdown to the Arsenal. Convert is good. 30-0. BC, at this point, I noticed how awful their offense was, because it was specifically their blocking, because obviously they didn't get much going, and they obviously didn't get enough going, not even close to enough. But they were blocking the guys they were blocking were pushing us right into positions to make these tackles. Like if they're trying to split a hole for a running back to go through, the guy here is pushing him in closing the hole. Like, it's absolutely counterproductive. And BC was literally, they were, as much as we were killing them, they were also killing themselves here. You know, they really did. BC had a horrible game tonight. And the Bombers had a fantastic game tonight, which, as you know, showed in the score. And it made it blatantly obvious. So, then Jeffcoat would sack Mike Riley again. Reaction here.
Oh, yeah! Woo!
And right at this point, this is when we get back to the offense. I noticed that Augustine was in and Oliveira was out. I'm pretty sure they just kind of wanted to give Augustine some playing time at this point, because he hadn't played all season. Because who thought we'd have to use our third string running back? However, it turns out our third string running back is pretty damn good, as he would run 55 yards on his first play. Reaction here.
In the arena. Oh, yeah!
Let's go, baby!
Go!
Yes, so that 55 yards was not ran by Andrew Harris. It was not ran by Brady Oliveira. It was ran by the backup of the backup running back. Do you understand how much depth you have if the backup of your backup is running half the fucking field on his first play? Fourth quarter. And what I noted here is Augustine's on fire. Like, I mean, he ran 80 yards in like 2 plays, which is phenomenal. And obviously he wouldn't keep up that momentum, but he still played very well the rest of this game. I honestly felt great about him, you know? So it's interesting because I don't know if I've ever seen a team have too much depth. Is that possible? I don't know. It kind of feels like it. But then there'd be a big pass from Zach Caleros to Kenny Lawler for the touchdown. Reaction here.
Yeah! There we go! There we go!
Go, baby!
The convert would be good, making this 37-0. The beatdown continues. But wait, there's more. McGuire would then go in, because there's no point risking Caleros at this point. It's 37-0. It's not even close. So McGuire would go in, get some playing time, which is good. Go back and forth a bit. And obviously good defense, as noted, you know, continuing going into this. And there'd be a big sack. Reaction here.
Oh, take it!
I just wrote big sack, to be honest, because I didn't know exactly who did it. I tried to figure it out, but the next play already started and whatnot. So then they would, then Jerry and Grant would get a touchdown. Reaction here.
Let's go, baby!
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What?
And like the rest of this night, the convert was good, making this 44-0. Riley would then get sacked again. This guy had a rough night. And I don't mean like that Riley played horrible. I don't think he had a great game. I don't think he had a terrible game by any means. But Riley's team did no favors for him. They absolutely did not help him out. You know, like this BC O-line was just dreadful, you know. Pushing players into their own, giving up holes and getting their quarterback sacked. It was not good for BC. Then BC would go for it on 3rd and 12, and they would obviously fail because no. With the way this game was going, they weren't going to make it, but, you know, they wanted to put some sort of points on the board. I get it. Then BC would then get tackled in the end zone, making this game 45-0, which is your final score. What do we even say about this game? There's nothing to say. It's good. It's great. It's perfect. This is one of the largest blowouts in CFL history. The largest blowout is 60-1 by the Hamilton Tiger Cats over the Calgary Stampeders. This might be, though, the biggest shutout in CFL history, where the other team gets nothing. So I would like somebody to check that if they can. I tried searching up. I found nothing. If you know, please let me know. Is this the biggest shutout in CFL history? And in terms of blowouts in CFL history, how does this rank? Because I really think it's gotta be in the top 10. So, yeah. We destroyed BC. You know, we got a week off. I'm curious to see how this goes. We're going to have some new faces in the lineup going in our game against Montreal for week, I believe, 14. Yes, because we had 13 off. Week 14. So we will see how that goes. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out our Jets game reaction that came out about 20 minutes ago from when I'm recording this. And, yeah. So, stay tuned for the next one.